Today on the channel, Jack's Classic Superstars Series 1, Andre the Giant, Hearst Helmsley, and the Ultimate Warrior.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today we're kicking it off with Jack's Classic Superstars Series 1. Talk about a pivotal series in the history of wrestling figures. But for all your modern day wrestling figures, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle to save 10%. And like I said, a monumental change to the world of wrestling figures. I've said it before. You guys know we've had a million Jack's Class Superstar videos on the channel. I've talked about the history of Jack's with myself. But when these came out, old Kyle, he was thinking about being totally done with action figures pretty much in general for the most part. Of course, I dabble in a few things, but I was primarily out on my wrestling collecting fandom. I was out of the game, and then one fateful day, I strolled into Toys R Us and came across these bad boys, and my life truly was forever changed from that moment. Now you see the madness it's become thanks to all of this. So if you do like these videos, you do like these channels, I guess you can thank this series here really for where we are in my life right now, I guess, is what we'll say. Long story short. But definitely a game changer set. For the first time ever, the legends of the past represented in action figure form. Just a great time, and like I always say, what a time to be alive. And we're going to do this unboxing and review like all the other unboxings and reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And with these Jack's videos that we're going to do still every Tuesday, we're going to be doing a lot of unboxings, but some of them I already have loose, so there's no need to unbox them. So throughout all these videos, you'll see every once in a while we won't have to unbox it. We'll just show the loose figure, pretend like we did. We'll use some make-believe. That's what we'll do. But we're going to kick it off with Triple H, Hearst Helmsley right here. Let's take a look at the packaging. Now, Jack's Class Superstars packaging, probably the greatest packaging ever known to man in wrestling figures. It's debatable, of course, like anything, but the unified packaging throughout the entire line, as we know, is absolutely fabulous. Absolutely do love it. Jack's Class Superstar, got the star, all that fun stuff. Now, the star, always dangerous to get that star because it is battered, torn, bruised, you name it. We've seen all aspects of it. Really hard if you try to get them in on card collect of the Classic Superstars. Is a lot of times you'd find full cases and they'd be dinged up. But this one is going to be opened here in a second. Of course, you got Triple H, Hearst Helmsley back then right in the package. Different packaging on Classic 1 than we're going to see in the future series. As you can see on the side, you get a little picture of him. You get Hearst Helmsley, a little black and white scale picture. And then instead of a picture of the action figure, you get an actual real picture of Hunter right there. So totally different than we got in subsequent series. So they did change some things. They did tool some things. On the back, glamour shot up top. Of course, we got the rest of Series 1. Bret Hitman Hart, of course, missing. Later added to Series 1 in future cases. Stay tuned for that review, I would say, next week on the channel. Got the blurb, all that kind of fun stuff for him. Let's read it. Let's see what's going on back here. Now, if you do notice Triple H on the back of the package, he does not have his jacket on. So the soft goods jacket later added. Beautiful to get soft goods. It wasn't as big of a thing as it is in this day and age. Of course, we had some soft goods before this, but it was few and far between, we'll say. So it was nice to get soft goods on this Triple H figure. Debuted 1992, 260 pounds, 6'4". Finishing moves, the pedigree, and that dreaded knee to face. Oh, the worst. Titles, WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion 4 times, Intercontinental Champion 5 times, European Champion twice, WWE World Tag Team Champion, King of the Ring 97. Favorite quote, arrogance is truth. Okay, if you say so. Of course, this was 2004. Young Kyle was just finishing up his college studies, so I was a poor college kid at this time. I remember it like it was just yesterday. But without further ado, let's break this open. Let's get him out of the shell. It's been a long time since I've opened a Classic Superstars figure. I've almost forgotten how. This is a bit of a beater packaging, so I don't feel so bad about opening these. On a lot of these, I'm trying to find a loose one that I could trade the mint on card one out for. Ooh, there it is. See you later. Goodbye. I'm trying to do that because I don't want to take these out of circulation if I don't have to. But this one, beater box, I do not feel bad about opening this one at all. Pull Triple H out, off to the races. Bam! See you later up high. There it goes. Let's break it down. Let's take a look at old Hunter right here. Nice, fresh out of the package. Got a little bit of fibers from the jacket flowing around there, but get those off. blow those there. But beautiful, beautiful Triple H figure here. A little small in the head, I'll say, but a nice ponytail going on. Of course, if you ever find this one loose, if you ever see it, oh, there's a great deal. Make sure the ponytail is intact because a lot of kids will rip that one off or it'll break off, so you got to be careful there. Definitely looks like Triple H. I always say the test, you pop the head off. Could you tell who it is? I could tell you this is Triple H all day long. Got the nice, more muscular torso here for Triple H. He's always been a jacked dude. Obviously, he got a heck of a lot more jacked after his time here as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Nice jacket here. Got the red. Nice feel to it. Even has the tag on the inside. Made in China, it says. Got the black on the collar, black around the wrist. Just looks really, really good for Triple H here. Let me see if I can pull this off. Not as easy to get these off as Mattel, where you can pull the hands off, and you got more articulation with Mattel figures, of course. So it is still easy to get off, but not as easy as a Mattel, like I said. Put that back in, and we're off to the races. But a very, very good soft goods. Heavier duty than soft goods we get with Mattel in this day and age. Now, we do get the Intercontinental title, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it right now. Absolute hot garbage, the title belts from Jakks. I hated them from the word go. They're just not good. They needed more to them. They did fix that with the Jakks Deluxe Classic Superstars later on, with nice color to them, nice title belts with these. Just really hot garbage. Not a fan of these at all. But Triple H, as far as articulation goes, of course, the head side to side. You get the arms up, down, all around. You get a little bit of shoulder action off to the side. Got to be careful with Jakks. The more you work them, the more loose they get. And we've seen a lot of Jakks loose figure limbs and legs and things like that over the years. So then you do get a bicep cut. You do get a single jointed elbow. Of course, you have pins in it. You do get the wrist that rotates. Hands are not removable, but you can rotate up and down. He does come with a fist. You got to have a fist even back in these days, of course. Articulation at the waist, articulation at the knee, no boot cut, and then you get ankles just straight up and down. And that's going to be the same articulation across the board here. Definitely it's not Mattel, it's not Jazzwares, it's not Storm Collectibles, but you got to put yourself in 18 years ago, you have to put your head around this a little bit. So it's just one of those things. Time passes, but at the time, absolutely fabulous. These were my favorite at the time. I just thought they were so revolutionary. It's just you got to put your back on your 2004 glasses when you take a look at him. But Triple H, a good-looking figure. Is it the most iconic Triple H? Probably not, but very cool for the Classic Superstars line, especially at the time of 2004. Where Triple H was and stuff, and it was an easy one to put in the line, as they had to go outside of the box to get Warrior in there. They didn't have to do that with Triple H, so you couldn't have Ultimate Warriors every time. You needed some current guys peppered in, and we saw that throughout the Classic Superstars line, as probably you guys do know. All right, let's keep on moving here. We're going to move on to Andre the Giant. Of course, how do you have Classic Superstars without Andre the Giant? And I always felt like this was a major coup to get him in Series 1, because Andre the Giant holds a lot of weight in a lot of ways in today's society, today's action figure collectors. We've seen Super 7 coming out with Andre the Giants. Mattel still is. We're getting retros. But back in 2004, Andre was even bigger. Closer to him still being around, more known. You know, as years go by, it's going to be sad because not as many people will remember the legend of Andre the Giant. It'll almost be like a tall tale almost in some ways. But back in 2004, we all remembered Andre, and everybody remembers him now. But you guys know what I'm saying. Andre, we wanted figures of Andre. We hadn't had figures forever, so to get him back in was awesome. However, they went south in a hurry with this Andre the Giant. What they did is they popped off Big Show's head, slapped Andre the Giant's head on it, and called it Andre the Giant. This was hot garbage from the word go, and quite possibly the worst Classic Superstar figure we ever received. It's right up there, and I don't think I ever did a countdown list. Maybe once we get through all this stuff, we'll do one final countdown of the worst Classic Superstars of all time. But this Andre, really tough times. On that Big Show body, the double strap he never wore, the knee pads look crazy, it's the R3 kind of articulation. Just the hottest of hot garbage. Now, the head sculpt is okay on this one. It does get a pass. But you got Andre in there. He does have the title belt. Once again, an absolute hot garbage title belt. You do get a picture of the figure instead of the character like we saw in Triple H. Andre the Giant on the side, traditional Andre the Giant. And then on the back, you get the same cross-sell down below of the rest of Series 1. We're going to do Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker in the next video, so stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got the blurb up there, got a glamour shot of the action figure. See what it says about our old pal Andre the Giant. Debuted in 1964. Oh, what a time to be alive. Weight 520 pounds, 7'5". Finishing move, the old big boot and the butterfly suplex. Titles, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Tag Team Champion. And he doesn't really differ a whole lot from the back of the package from what I can see. But the knee pads just look terrible, like I said, and then the double singlet just does not make a whole lot of sense. And we got that Andre the Giant right here. Now, a little caveat to this is this was also sold at GameStop or given away free with video game purchase. If you got the latest video game back in 2004, whatever that was, Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown vs. Raw, well, whatever it was, I can't remember. You got this as a free giveaway. It did come in a bag, so it was a bag giveaway. I do have that. I should have grabbed that for this review, and we've shown it before on the channel. But it is the exact same figure in a bag instead of the package, so it did get re-released twice. But articulation is terrible. Making this guy stand is terrible. Just an all-around disappointing Andre the Giant figure. Whenever we do an Andre the Giant top 10 list, I can tell you, he's going to be nowhere near that list. It's just not going to happen. Just the hottest of hot garbage. Now we turn our attention to something special. We grab the powers of the Warrior. As you guys know, Ultimate Warrior is my favorite of all time. You know I was around for everything Ultimate Warrior. And I was dipping out of wrestling figure collecting because, guess what, guys? R3s and Titantrons, I know some of you guys love them. And God bless y'all for loving them because I love my LJNs and Hasbros. Maybe you don't love those. But R3s, Titantrons, those said, Kyle, this game's passed you by. BCAs, that's the end of the run for you. Bone Crunchers is Warrior calling it quits. Titantrons and R3, it's just the business has passed you by. You're not in it anymore. And so I did. That's when I dived out. And without the wrestling figure fandom, I started diving out of other things like G.I. Joe and stuff. I would pick and choose some things I liked here and there. But as far as getting a figure every single week, there would be times where I'd get maybe one figure a month. And I got a lot of NECA stuff and some McFarlane, like horror stuff, music stuff, things like that instead. Well, as we know, the classics brought me back. And what brought me back really powerful was the Ultimate Warrior coming into Classic Superstar Series 1. Truly a game changer, this whole series. But the inclusion of Ultimate Warrior, who was on the outs with the WWE, getting in a toy line to get an action figure in 2004, you had to have been there once again to see how big of a deal this was. This was a massive, massive deal. It would be like Mattel coming out with somebody they're on the outs with, whoever that may be. Maybe, you know, the Steiner brothers for a long time. Scott Steiner was on the outs. Who knows? We might see him debuted here in figure form fairly soon. But, you know, having something like that happen, it's just absolutely crazy. And that's what happened with the Ultimate Warrior here. It was just a definite game changer and an amazing figure. Once again, 2004, total amazing figure. This is a special Warrior to me and a lot of people to this day because of it. Now, I will say the title belt, once again, hot garbage, but look how cool that figure looks in the package, and of course we'll look at it here in a sec. Classic Superstars packaging that we're used to. Ultimate Warrior on the side, gotta be beautiful over there. Then you get, once again, much like Andre, you get a picture of the action figure, and that looks really awesome right there. Of course, this is WrestleMania 6. We all know the magic that happened that night in Toronto. Kyle will never forget it. You got the Warrior right there celebrating at the very top. You got the cross-sell down below, the UPCs, the warnings, and then we got the blurb. Let's see what it says about our old buddy, the Ultimate Warrior. Debuted 1985, weight 275 pounds, height 6'3", finishing move, the old Warrior Splash, the Warrior Gorilla Press Slam. Titles, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion twice, WWE World Tag Team Champion. Wait a minute here, World Tag Team... Warrior never won the World Tag Team Champion, did he? No, he didn't. What are we doing here? So we already had some issues here. He was never Tag Team Champion. He should have been. He should have been. He should have found somebody. He should have grabbed like the Brooklyn Brawler and just brought somebody along. He didn't need help. He could have done it himself. But World Tag Team Champion, I don't think so. I mean, it kind of threw me for a loop there. That never happened. Favorite quote, always believe, of course, as we all know with the Ultimate Warrior. And we're always going to believe in it. We've never stopped believing. Like a young journey, really, at the end of the day. But then there is the Ultimate Warrior. Of course, you know I had one of these guys loose, and just a fabulous figure. You get the tassels, the soft good tassels at the arms. Man, breathtaking. Tassels around the knees. You get the fringe down here on the boots, the green boots, the orange, the face paint, the paint on the chest. Man, this is one of the greatest Warriors of all time, as you guys know, if you've watched the channel and you watched my Ultimate Warrior Top 10 Countdown on the channel. The long hair going on. Just awesome. I still look at this and it brings me back to that fateful day at Toys R Us where truly my life was changed forever. And you can't say that a lot about your trip to Toys R Us, but that's what happened that fateful day. I'll never forget. And Toys R Us, I hope I see you again one time. One of these days I'm taking the family. We're going to Canada. We're going to hit Toys R Us. And I know you guys say it's no good, but it'll be good. Trust me, it'll be good. Even if they don't have anything, it will be good. But there it is. There is one half of Jack's Classic Superstars Series 1. We're going to do a video with the other half, and that's kind of how this series will go, as a lot of these series have a lot of figures. There might be 2, 3, maybe even 4 videos on each series. But we'll get through them all, and I'm going to have my Min on card set. And guess what? Now Kyle's going to have a loose Jack's Classic Superstars set to talk about. So a lot of videos to come. I hope you will be here for them. Check out my Patreon, link in the description below, as we're going to be cooking with gas here pretty soon, as I'm going to knock out a ton of these videos, and they'll probably be up on Patreon maybe 6 months ahead of time, if you can believe that, because we got a lot of videos to do. I'm planning, fingers crossed, to get a couple days off of work, and I'm going to crank these bad boys out. And we got a lot in store in the Jack's Classic Superstars world, and I'd love to have you a part of it. So if you want to get early access, hit up the old Patreon. You can see all that kind of stuff. There's a lot going on over there. Giveaways, bonus content, exclusive content, and don't forget, early videos like these. So stay tuned to the Patreon. Also, hit me up, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, ProWrestlingTees.com. One of the best ways to support the channel, pick up a t-shirt. And then this very YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn the notification bell on. You don't want to miss a Jack's Classic video. And then give this video the thumbs up. You made it this far, and it does truly help the channel. So for Jack's Classic Superstars Series 1, I am Kyle, and I will see you guys all real soon.